Hey everybody, Kurt from Hemispheres. Today we're going to show you how to put the external volume control from Pinball Life into a Stern pinball. Today I'm going to be accessorizing a Deadpool. This plug comes out of the cabinet, and this accessory, external volume control, it's just a rocker switch. This goes in the cabinet. I'm going to be accessorizing this game with quite a bit of accessories, so check our other videos. Been wanting to do these for a long time for my customers that may not want us to do this. We do offer this service, so this is a service that we offer for all of our customers, that even out of state, local and out of state. So on the back side, you've got a nut that takes this plug off. Just push the plug right out, and you see you got a hole in the cabinet. From there, I'm going to feed the wire through the cabinet. And I've got this memorized, but the red on top is your up. So if you look on the outside of the cabinet here, if you have it square, up, down. So your red is up. Red wires on the top are up. From there, you've got to put your nut through the wiring through the nut that it comes with. Run it all the way down. And then on the back side of the cabinet here, I'm keeping it square on the outside, holding it, and then on the inside, I'm tightening it up. And getting it as snug as I can by hand. And if you got strong hands, you can get it pretty snug where it's not going to come loose. If you want to slap a pair of pliers on there and snug it up a little bit more, you can. Important here, you have the latch for the lock bar right by this. So you want to run this wiring down with the coin door wiring. So what I do is I bring it out of here. I run it through here. On the front side of the door here. And then typically what I do is just to make it so it's nice and clean. They give you some zip ties, but it's going to come around, it's going to wire into this 4-button dealio here. And before I forget, I always check my volume up and down on the game before I install this, just to make sure it's working. So that eliminates any, if you have a problem, you know that your buttons were working. So from there, I have the coin door open right now, which the playfield power is bypassed. These buttons do go directly to the CPU board. So for this, I'm going to turn the game off. And then I'm going to take the 2 Phillips screws out for the 4-button menu buttons here. Because what you're going to do is you're going to plug into this. So you have 2 Phillips screws. They're pretty small, so if you drop them, don't drop them on carpet. So you got 2 black screws here. If you flip this over, it's just a connector. Okay? And then you're going to take your new connector. And if you notice, you got a black wire on each end. It's keyed. It can't screw up. Plug that in. Now here's the key. You have to make sure you take a zip tie, put it between the black wire here. I'll show you this better when I'm done. This keeps it from coming unplugged. And to do this right, you want to put your zip tie right at the edge there. And that's it. Get it snug. Snip off any extra. Don't cut your wires. Now your other end plugs back into this board. This is where it gets a little tricky because this wiring gets a little tight in here. So it's got to come through this slot, and then you're going to put it back together here. I've done a bunch of these, so I make it look pretty easy, but it does get a little tricky. And I'm also doing this on the floor. Your game will have the legs on, so it'll be easier. I'm prepping this game for local delivery, so I never put the legs on. I do all this game on a piece of cardboard. But you can see there's 2 holes right in the door here. I get the screw ready, and I go. And I never tighten this screw. I always start it. Thread the other one. Use a magnetic screwdriver. That'll help you a lot. And have good light. My lighting here is not that great. And then, of course, don't over tighten. Just get them snug. Now, the trick here with this is you don't want to unplug it like I just did, which you can, I'll plug that back in, but you can plug that in pretty easy. The trick is running this wire all through here. You zip tie it with the other wiring, and then this goes down and plugs in. It does have a notch down in here to come up. So there is a notch down here in the assembly that is put back on, and you can get this all nice and clean, and then you double this up and zip tie it like so. That's your best bet, and then you obviously test it again when you're done. Hit pause. All right, so I did rewire it. So basically I had a zip tie, zip tie, zip tie. You then check it again, make sure your up's working, down's working. I have it nice and clean. I'll cut these obviously, and then up, down. That's it, you're all set. And then just again, make sure your wiring is all nice and clean here. It doesn't get pinched anywhere, and that your latch is not interfering at all. That's it. Check our other videos for the rest of the installation. We're going to do a set of side rails on this game, shaker motor, light up speaker buttons. What else we got for this one? We got ninja caps, which I don't know if I'm going to do a video for that one. It's only specific to this game. Maybe if I have time. We're doing a shooter knob and art blades. See you soon.